Hey everybody, I'm Andy Bryce with Gridiron Football. I want to introduce you guys to somebody very special, Sophie. You know, I can't pronounce your last name, I'm sorry. I've known you for years now.
5 years.
Yeah, a long time. And actually, she's been working with Gridiron Football longer than Jace has. I just, you know, it's an honor that you're able to come back over here and now be here more of a permanent role, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You know, because before you was in high school, so what Sophie did for the last 4 years of the bowl game, Sophie was the student trainer at the bowl game. So she's been a part of the bowl game since 2021 when we had it at Southeastern.
Yeah.
Now she's a student at LSU. She's now full time here at Gridiron Football, part time here at Gridiron Football, part time a college student. So we're excited about having Sophie. So I like reading a lot of comments, you know, and this last week there were some spicy ones, you know.
One way to put it.
Yeah. So for those armchair quarterbacks out there that don't know that know everything about football, let's do a little football test for you. All right. What's the difference between a 3-4, 4-3, and a 42 defense?
It has to do with, like, the numbers. So, like, a 3-4, 3 is the amount of linemen, 4 is the amount of linebackers. And then, same thing, a 4-3, 4 linemen, 3 linebackers, and a 3-3 is 3 linemen, 3 linebackers, then you got 5 DBs.
Okay. So why would you use the different defensive packages? What are they for? Joe Sloan, by the way, if you're watching, you might want to listen up.
I may teach him something. You never know. No, the 3-3 is more for like passing ones. Like when the DBs, like, you need the speed. So for passing plays,
you got 5 DBs.
Yeah, you got 5 DBs. You need speed. You need the distance. So the passing play. 3-4 and 4-3 is more used for running, because you got more linemen, more linebackers, more big guys right there at the line of scrimmage. Kind of like stop.
Okay. So how many defensive players are there on the field?
Well, most people are gonna say 11, but there are, in a way, 12, because you got the sidelines and the out of bounds. You gotta use everything.
So you can't run all the way to Memphis and then go back in. Okay. Okay. All right. So what's your favorite college football team?
Is that a question? LSU.
Why LSU?
Grew up watching them. It was the team from pictures from way back when I was a little bitty baby, dressed in a little LSU beanie and onesie. I just grew up loving it, loving the atmosphere, going to Death Valley. Second home.
Okay. So what's an RPA offense?
It's an RPO offense, Andy.
Okay. RPO offense. What's an RPO offense?
It's whether, like, if the quarterback's able to run and pass. So, like, some are just pocket quarterbacks. All they want to do is pass it. But then some quarterbacks, like Jane Daniels, Joe Burrow, they can also run the ball really well.
Okay. So who's like a good pocket quarterback?
I don't know. I'm not an index for football. I don't know.
Nussmeier makes a great one, you know?
True. Nussmeier is a great one.
Okay. All right. So I guess she knows a little bit more about football than most of you guys do, so I guess she does qualify to be here at Gridiron Football.
Been on the sidelines for 5 years. Know a little bit.
Right, in high school and here at the Gridiron with the bowl game as well. So make sure you watch Sophie with the Jace with the Player of the Week show. Great show. It's coming up next. I'm Andy with Gridiron Football. Thank you.
Jace Lejeune from Gridiron Football. Welcome to another episode of the Gridiron Football Player of the Week. I'm your host, Jace Lejeune, alongside
Sophie Gishel.
And Sophie, you've probably seen it, everybody. That's a segment before where Sophie was able to test her football knowledge. Of course, we had some comments, and we want to address this. We want to make sure that Sophie does know a thing or two about some football.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And Sophie actually beats me out here. She actually been here longer than I have.
I got a year on you, Jay.
Yeah, she actually does, and she's actually back with us full time, so we can't thank Sophie enough for being involved with us, and she does a great job. She's also our student trainer for a Gridiron Football American Bowl game the last couple of years, so she's ankled up a lot of ankles and over the years, and she's a big help to what we do. So all of y'all trying to figure out what her credentials are. She's got a lot of credentials with us, so we can't thank her enough. So how was that football talk at the beginning?
It was interesting. I got no warning about it.
That's Andy. You know,
that is Andy.
He's going to surprise
I thought
you.
It went well.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job.
Thank
you.
Good
job. So if you're wondering what that was all about, That's what that was at the beginning. But I know a lot of people are here to really see the results of our Gridiron Football Player of the Week show. We can't thank everybody enough for their votes, their donations, their contributions to support their players. This week's a little bit different than usual. Usually we have about 15 nominees, but today we have 20 nominees, and we actually narrowed it down even more because we had about 50, but it was so tough to narrow it down. We pretty much left with 20 nominees. So what we're going to do is the top 15 in votes, they're going to be announced on the show. But honorable mentions that just missed the top 15 and were part of the voting process: Woodville quarterback Luke Babin, Loyola College Prep quarterback Bryce Restovich, Daphne defensive end in Alabama Malik Franklin, Chalmette linebacker Tyree Darensburg, and Rummel running back Jaden Terrence. So congratulations, guys, for being on the list. A little bit of a clap there, but just missed our top 15. And so I know that's what people are tuning in for. We're going to go right into our top 15, Sophie, and we're going to start off with actually a tie. So we have actually 16 names to rattle off here today.
Alrighty, tied for 15th. We've got Karen Crow quarterback Carson Gursey and Denham Springs quarterback Dejon Goldman with 20 votes.
Yeah, we're going to start off with Carson first, and Carson is a familiar name for us because he's a Gridiron Football junior high All-American, so you saw him play in their junior high bowl game, and now he's actually, fast forward, he's actually a sophomore now, and he's starting for Karen Crow, and he's a really good football player, a really good quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in the 2028 class. Carson completed 16 of 21 passes for 320 yards and 6 touchdowns. So he actually had more touchdowns and incompletions while getting a 56-7 win to boot as well. If you think about Karen Crow, you think about them running the football, being a hard-nosed running football team, but hey, they can throw the football too with Carson Gursey. And that Carson Gursey, Chance Babineau connection, he's a commit to Nicholls State at wide receiver. That has been fun to watch throughout the course of the year. That's going to make Karen Crow really dangerous, and Carson Gursey, watch out for that name the next couple of years because he's only a sophomore, only underclassman. Now the other quarterback he talked about is Dejon Goldman. Now you have two Goldman brothers. You have twins. You have Dejon Goldman, you have Deshaun Goldman, and Dejon is a quarterback. Deshaun's a wide receiver, so you can tell they already got that twin telepathy there.
Yeah.
But Dejon had a great game. Denham Springs has always had some pretty talented quarterbacks the last couple of years under Brett Beard. And Dejon's just another one. He completed 20 of 26 passes for 245 yards and 5 touchdowns. He also ran for another touchdown, so make it 6 touchdowns there for Dejon Goldman. 274 total yards as well. They won the football game against a really good Southern football team, has won some state championships, has been a state championship contender at the 1A level. 41-14, your final score there. 6 touchdowns, not too bad for both quarterbacks here. Pretty good way to start off the list with 2 quarterbacks throwing 6 touchdowns apiece.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, number 14. We've got South Lafourche wide receiver Terrence Petrie with 28 votes.
Terrence Petrie has been a name we've been talking about a lot already. Has made a list a couple of times this year, and he's just a really dynamic wide receiver. There's not a lot of DBs that can cover him one-on-one for sure. He has pretty much everything in his pocket. He's a great route runner. Can beat you with speed. He can catch the jump balls. He's a pretty much an all-around wide receiver. 14 catches, which is actually pretty crazy for a number at the high school level. 14 catches, 169 yards, and 3 touchdowns. They did lose the football game 49-27 to E.D. White, but he scored 3 of the team's 4 touchdowns. So 49-27. 14 catches, 169 yards, 3 touchdowns. He balled out at our camp over at John Curtis in the offseason, and he's actually setting program records over there at the wide receiver position. So he's doing a great job. Sophie, do you have any idea? There's a famous alum that's actually from South Lafourche High School. Do you happen to know?
You're telling me. I forgot. But you and Andy were talking about it earlier today.
None other than Coach O, former LSU football coach. He's actually a proud alum at South Lafourche High School. So there you go. The more you know, Sophie. A little football trivia there. So you can pick up something every single day. All right.
This next one is from pretty close to where I'm from.
That is true.
We got number 13, Klein Forest running back DJ Etheridge with 29 votes.
Yeah, like you said, like, hey, this is pretty close by where I'm
You
from.
mentioned the name, I was like, wait.
Wait, I think I know this, huh? But yeah, DJ Etheridge, the running back over at Klein Forest in Texas, our first Texas player on the list this week. And usually we get 400 all-purpose yards. That is pretty good as a quarterback. But no, he got 400 all-purpose yards as a running back. That's 217 yards rushing, 92 yards receiving, and add another 91 yards in return yardage. Also scored 6 touchdowns in the football game. 5 touchdowns, 1 receiving. They kind of needed all those 6 touchdowns because guess what the final score was at the very end?
It had to have been close.
It was pretty close, and it was a lot to a lot. So 67-61.
Dang.
Klein Forest able to get the win over Tomball Memorial High School. So congratulations to DJ. Once again, another 2027 prospect we're going to keep our eye out on, and a big-time playmaker there over there at Klein Forest. So that was number 13. We go to number 12.
Alrighty, 12. We've got kinder quarterback Isaiah Thomas with 35 votes.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas, another guy we've mentioned many a times on the show as a candidate, and I'm sure that coach is really liking Isaiah. Usually you have all these guys that can run and throw now. That's just how football is now. You need a guy at quarterback that can throw and can run. That's what Isaiah Thomas can do. He completed 10 of 19 passes for 170 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Also ran 18 times for 229 more yards and 3 more touchdowns. So keeping track at home, that's 399 total yards and 5 total touchdowns and a 42-30 win over Logansport. And he scored 5 of their 6 touchdowns, so they needed it in everything. And they probably still would have won 35-30 with all of his touchdowns he scored. So great performance there for Isaiah Thomas, who's in our top 12.
Alrighty, for 11, we've got Ascension Catholic running back Trevin Simon with 118 votes.
Trevin Simon, a lot better outing the second time than when me and you saw him against Dunham. And it just happened to go against Episcopal, the team that I called games for. So maybe I was a better luck with the VSN stuff and the Gridiron stuff for him. But he did make a Gridiron Football Player of the Week list. Trevin Simon had 23 carries, 290 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Also had a receiving touchdown, so 307 all-purpose yards, 6 total touchdowns. It was a high-scoring affair. It was a shootout, 49-40 over Episcopal. I did call that game, so I did call a lot of his touchdowns. Saw that in person. Joe with Taylor Sharp, who calls the games with me, and he said, "Hey, it's gonna be maybe a Gridiron Football Player of the Week candidate."
Yeah.
And guess what? He is a Gridiron Football Player of the Week candidate with his performance. Congratulations to Ascension Catholic on a big win over Episcopal, and congratulations to Trevin. He was a big reason why they were able to get it done with 6 touchdowns over the Episcopal Knights, making our top 11, and we're about to go to our top 10.
We've got number 10, Delcom running back Adrian Gadet. I'm so sorry.
You got it right. Yep.
With 121 votes.
Yeah, you got it right, Sophie. Delcom running back Adrian Gadet. He's still really only a baby because he's only going into his freshman year. He's only a 9th grader.
Aww.
2029, but he doesn't have a driver's license yet. But he can run the football. He's pretty good at it already. 11 carries for 299 yards and 5 touchdowns. They win the football game 51-0 over Highland Baptist. That is pretty good if you only carry the ball 11 times, you have 300 yards rushing, and you score touchdowns about half the times you touch the ball. That is pretty good. 51-0 win over Highland Baptist. And the scariest thing is, Sophie, if he's doing this as a 9th grader, I can't imagine what he's going to look like when he's a senior.
It's going to be scary for the people playing against him.
It is. Watch out because he's going to be a good one in the future.
Alrighty, number 9, we've got Church Point athlete Jerrison Reese with 191 votes.
Jerrison Reese is a player we invited to our Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game at the beginning of the year, and he's showing you why exactly he's been invited to play in the bowl game. 12 catches, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns. They won the football game 35-10 over Iota. Jerrison Reese is a playmaker. He's listed as an athlete, which means get him the football at running back, receiver, kick return, punt return. If he gets the football, if you're a defense, you say, uh-oh, Watch out. That's not good. That's not good when he touches the football because he can make plays. That's about over 20 yards a catch there. Jerison shows why he's a dynamic playmaker for the Bears there with a dynamic performance being in our top 10. So congratulations to Jerison on the great performance. And something tells me that we may call his name a couple more times this year.
Oh, I bet. Alrighty, number 8, we've got Zachary linebacker Dylan Shellmeyer with 276 votes.
Hey, lined up, baby. Every time I get to call Dylan Shellmeyer's name, I got to say lined up. My Southeastern Lions, that's where he's committed to. But he plays at Zachary High School. It's a football powerhouse in the Baton Rouge area. Dylan Shellmeyer was all over the football field. 6 total tackles, 4 assists, 4 TFLs, 4 sacks, and 6 quarterback hurries. Wow. So that tells me that the opposing quarterback was tired of seeing Dylan Shellmeyer in the backfield all game long. But he's obviously a player that we profiled a whole lot. He's one of our Gridiron Football Player profile card guys. You can go and follow his progress throughout the season on our website, gridironfootballusa.com. He's a vital player in our bowl game. We had a great conversation, pretty much right where you're sitting at. Great young man, humble young man. And really excited about him playing the bowl game as well. So he's a great football player, and that the Southeastern Lions are getting a great one. But I know David Burton and Zachary's still enjoying him right now throughout his senior year. So we already called his name a couple of times throughout the course of the season already.
Alrighty, number 7, we got Vidalia quarterback and safety Elmari Lewis with 629 votes.
So Amari Lewis, that's a reason why we had quarterback and safety on there, Sophie, because he made Player of the Week by really doing both. You usually had 2 Player of the Week performances in one. Let's start off with offense first. He had 238 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 136 yards passing, and another touchdown being thrown in. So that's like close to 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's pretty good, and I'll probably put him on this list anyway. But he also, on defense, had 3 interceptions. So he was like a ball maniac. So the PA announcer called his name a whole lot that night. They remember the name of Amari Lewis for Vidalia High School. Anytime he scored 4 touchdowns on offense, 3 interceptions on defense, that is really impressive. DJ Garrett last year, that one Player of the Week, had a similar stat line like this, scoring on offense, intercepting the ball on defense. And you can tell it was their night against Delhi. 48-6 final score. And a great individual performance like that is a reason why, by Elmari Lewis.
Alrighty. For number 6, we got Bunkies running back Zion Lee with 964 votes.
Yeah, Bunky's on the field right now, 5-0, and Zion Lee is a big reason why. Running back for Bunky. He's actually committed to play for the Naval Academy for Navy. So he's a great young man. And if I'm a defender, don't go at the knees. If you look at Zion Lee, his legs are like trees, like little trees. They're massive. So you're going to get trucked. So it's kind of like seeing like a Dalton Hilliard or somebody like that back in the day. Like you're going to get trucked if you see those legs because don't go low. I can tell you that. But everybody's saying, oh, Bunky, they graduated a couple guys that played in a bowl game last year. And so, they replaced all these guys. It's going to be a new team. What does that look like? They're still really good, 5-0, and that's the reason why. That's a big reason. 20 carries, 179 yards, and a round of applause for Zion Lee because he had a school record 6 rushing touchdowns in one game against Winfield. They won the football game 46-28. Bunky is still rolling under Coach Hillman. They're 5-0, could go 6-0 on Friday. Maybe that's a coach we talked to in our Friday night show as well. But great performance by Zion Lee, another guy we invited to play in a bowl game, and Zion Lee continuing to do damage against defenders. So great performance there by Zion.
Alrighty, for number 5, we've got Livonia quarterback Cam Carter with 1,205 votes.
Yeah, Cam Carter, another underclassman. You know, we talk about Carson Gursey, a 2028 quarterback. He's also a 2028 quarterback. It came in a losing effort. They came on the losing end of the straw here, 44-37 against Catholic Point Capee. But Cam Carter was still phenomenal in the football game. 438 total yards, 5 total touchdowns. Throwing the football, he completed 16 for 22 passes for 311 yards, 4 touchdowns. He also had 10 carries for 127 yards and another touchdown. So pretty good. 438 total yards, 5 touchdowns, nothing to sneeze at. And that would have been a great individual performance to win the football game, but just came a little bit short. But still, great effort there by Cam Carter. C.J. Aguilar, the wide receivers, another player profile card guy for us you can follow on our website. And he had 2 touchdowns in that football game too. So a great performance. They just lost by a touchdown to a great California Compete team.
Alrighty. Now we got number 4 from Leesville, quarterback Trell Broom with 1,272 votes.
What's up with all these all these players breaking records? Because we have another record-breaking performance here. Another one. Was it DJ Kyle that says that? Another one. Another one. Right for Trell Broom. 407 yards passing. That is a school record at Leesville. 4 touchdowns being thrown. And it happened in the loss, just like Cam, but we have to recognize great individual performances, and that was a great individual performance. 407 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. They lose the football game 42-35 to Benton, but Trell Broom is another talented quarterback, still has another year left, has played a lot of football before, so he's going to make sure Leesville's in every football game this year, and he's a great quarterback for the Wampus Cats over there at Leesville. So great job by Trell. We have to recognize Trell and Cam, even though it came in losses, still great performances there.
Alrighty. Now we got our top 3.
Yeah, our top 3, just like that. And this is where it came down to, a lot of the voting and a lot of the donations. So we appreciate every one of y'all for being able to contribute to Gridiron Football this week. So I can't thank all of y'all enough. So I know a lot of people have been wanting it. Sophie, what's number 3?
Number 3. From Jonesboro Hodge, we've got athlete Dakota Knox with 6,359 votes.
Athlete's definitely a really good word to describe Dakota Knox. He can play quarterback, safety, punter. You put him at running back, you put him at receiver. He can pretty much do everything for you. So he's just a dynamic football player. Where actually Andy, be honest with you, was voting for him a whole lot. He's actually one of his favorite players. Invited to play in the bowl game. We have a lot of love over there for Coach Blankenship and for Jonesboro Hodge and their whole family. So Dakota had a great performance and definitely was deserving to be at least in the top 3 for sure. 23 carries, 253 yards. 4 touchdowns, completed 7 of 10 passes for 153 more yards, 2 touchdowns. So we had 406 total yards and 6 total touchdowns. And another squeaker here, 49-44 over Arcadia. So they need a lot of those touchdowns from Dakota Knox. Great football player. We're excited about him playing in a bowl game at the end of the year. And he's a guy that he's an athlete, like we mentioned. He can do a lot of stuff. We covered him over the years, whether it's our camps or media days. So we're really familiar with Dakota Knox. I know Andy was actually, it'll make sense why later on when I talk about it, but he was really pulling for Dakota Knox to win this week, but just came a little short this week.
Alrighty. Second place.
Yeah.
We've got from Arkansas, Harrisburg running back Grayson Harkey with 16,247 votes.
Sophie, we came this close for somebody finally outside Louisiana to win this week. Came up this close, but Grayson Harkey, what can you say about his performance? You carried the ball 3 times, run for 60 yards, you score all 3 times. You catch a pass for a 47-yard touchdown. So if you're keeping track of that, you touch the ball 4 times, you score every time you touch the ball. So
that's impressive.
That is pretty impressive. I got Mitch.
They only gave him the ball 4 times.
I know. I'm just thinking only 4 times after that. I would have got him the ball more, but still very impressive. Scored every time he touched the ball, and he was just a ball magnet because he somehow also had 2 fumble recoveries in the football game as well. So it was just going everything his way. It was just a great performance, and it's a performance that you're not going to really see much of. Anytime you touch the ball 4 times, score 4 touchdowns, that's something to brag about as well. Hey, I had a football game where I scored every time I touched the ball. That's a mic drop, type of moment, right? So 44-14, they won the football game as well over Pickett High School. So congratulations, Harrisburg. Round of applause. Jonesboro Hodge, round of applause as well. I know we made things interesting for sure throughout the course of the week, but
Oh, yeah.
we have a winner, and it was close. Like the margin of victory was a little less than 1,000 votes, so it was really close this week. A little drum roll, Sophie. The moment that y'all been waiting for. We've had a couple quarterbacks win the award, a couple linebackers win the award. Sophie, who is our Gridiron Football Player of Week 5?
Our player of week 5 is yet another linebacker for the third time. We've got Lake Arthur, linebacker Wyatt Monso with 17,070 votes.
Round of applause to Lake Arthur High School. Congratulations, guys. What a performance. 22 tackles. 22 tackles in one football game is nuts. I gotta admit. 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, an interception return for 32 yards, and a 47-8 win over Rose Pine. There's a reason why actually Andy was voting for Harrisburg for Grayson Harkey. He was also voting for Jonesboro Hodge, Dakota Knox. There's a reason why, Sophie, he was voting for those. Nothing against Wyatt or Lake Arthur even. It's just because they defeated his Rose Pine Eagles 47-8, his alma mater. So that's why he was voting for Dakota Knox so many times, because Lake Arthur beat his alma mater pretty good, so I think that's the reason why. But I believe Lake Arthur's undefeated on the season. Wyatt Monso, another guy, is not a senior. You know, he's a 2027 guy, possibly a player we invite to the bowl game next year, next time around. But 22 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, 1 interception. I don't know if it was Lake Arthur's PA announcer or Rose Pine's PA announcer, but they got to know Wyatt Monso's name a lot through the course of that game. Insane. He was all over the football field. Congratulations to Wyatt. Once again, congratulations to the thank you for the Jonesboro Hodge, Harrisburg, and Lake Arthur, really the Lake Arthur fan base for going and supporting Wyatt. So, you know, Sophie, you're probably wondering what does he win? Well, he's going to get a Letterman jacket patch. It's going to say Gridiron Football. Like, there you go. Yes, show it out, Sophie. Gridiron Football National Player of the Week Letterman jacket patch. And you'll also get an interview, talk about his performance. So, Sophie, that wraps it up for Week 5. Tell me what your original thoughts. That's already, I believe, 3 linebackers.
It's our 3rd linebacker we've had so far. And there's a lot of, like, non-seniors on the list, I feel, especially this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but
Yeah, I got that impression as well.
younger guys are coming for y'all's spots.
Yeah, seniors step up. They have plenty more chances at these. You only got so many chances as seniors, so seniors better step up. But yeah, great performance there by Wyatt, really deserving. Once again, thank you to everybody that's donated, that's voted. Everything, as far as donations are concerned, everything's going towards our Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game, which you probably saw a couple of announcements already about some of the guys that committed from Rose Pine, by the way. So I found out that's pretty hilarious too. But we're going to make sure to interview Wyatt and maybe Coach Davis as well. Give a little joke about that, about Andy, about his Eagles losing. So we're going to have some laughs about that. But Sophie, thank you so much. Awesome job as always.
Thank you, Jace.
Keep up the great work. And it's another great episode. Appreciate Roman on the camera as well. Next time, remember, next week, same time, same location, YouTube, 5 o'clock on Thursday. And make sure to vote. Voting will begin on Monday after nominations from coaches on Friday. So start voting. We're already halfway through the season. We're week 6 coming up, the regular season. So, hey, take advantage of your chances. But for Sophie, I'm Jace. Thank you all for watching the Gridiron Football Player of the Week show.